Thank you, Mr. Shankar, and very good afternoon to everyone present here. Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers having membership of segment of vehicle representatives from across the globe. We are very proud to be part of this discussion. As far as our contribution to the Indian economy goes, it's 45%, manufacturing GDP, and contributions in terms of employment is more than 3.5 million direct employments, and have GDP contribution more than 7%. So when it comes to sustainable mobility, our goals are very clear. We are committed to decarbonizing the transportation sector. And if you look at the global warming targets and India's commitment to COP21, as well as the national priorities of energy security, local pollution mitigation, or for that matter, our import bill imbalance management. In all the areas, we find that hydrogen being a neutral, carbon neutral fuel is having a very big potential. And if you recollect that hydrogen board was created way back in 2005 under Mr. Ratan Tata, and Mr. Kasturi Rangan was there. Since then, we have been trying to see that how the transportation sector can use the hydrogen as a fuel for various vehicles. And some experiments were done in Taj corridor area for proving the concept. And in IC engine, the initial work was done, 3-wheelers, 4-wheelers, they were converted. But obviously, as you all know, that IC engine has its own efficiency limitations. So thereby, now it's very clear that advent of fuel cell electrification, the the preference has very clearly shifted towards fuel cell hydrogen usage in transportation sector. When it comes to the discussion on the policy interventions, I would like to say that any new technology has 4 pillars on which it resides on. Number 1 is the technology and capability. The second one is the supply chain. The third one is economy of scale interventions. Of course, in all these 4 areas, we have standards, regulations, and policies. So first of all, when it comes to technology and capability demonstrations, SIAM has been working very closely with the government, and I'm very proud to say that MNRE has been very, very large-hearted to support the technology demonstration projects, and they have been very kind to support our membership, giving large amount of money, which resulted into demonstration and concept proving of buses. And Tata made that hydrogen fuel cell buses, which actually was finally launched. And I'm very proud to say that the next step of demonstration, the IOCL has already purchased those buses, and they will be put on the trials in certain sectors. Also in Leh area, the hydrogen vehicles will be running. So also, when you look at the passenger segment, we have many members, global MNCs also. They have the vehicles. So for example, Hyundai has more than 500 vehicles already running in city of Seoul with fuel cell hydrogen vehicles. Toyota is the leader in that segment. We have other manufacturers, Mahindra, Ashok Leyland, they have their vehicles running. So basically, the hydrogen is being tested with the fuel cell concept in all segments of vehicles. But when it comes to, as Mr. Shankar rightly mentioned, that situation of exchequer is very tight, and obviously the question of support when it comes, obviously the public transport gets the priority over the private transports. But nonetheless, we need to have a holistic scheme in a manner which helps the nascent technology to get support. So for example, we are very happy that when the National Electric Mobility Mission Plan was launched in 2010, actually entire value chain of electrification of transportation, the only element which is changing because of hydrogen usage is the fuel cell, that energy provider. So therefore, for us, the experience of electric vehicles is going to really help moving a very easy and distress-less transition to hydrogen economy and the usage of hydrogen in transportation sector. So if you look at what kind of policy interventions which we can think of, for example, the FAME 1, FAME 2 scheme has already given us a lot of experience at what works and what doesn't work. Recently, the FAME scheme has been amended and make it more attractive because FAME 1 was having a certain number of vehicle offtake, but FAME 2 has been sluggish, of course, because of COVID as well. But there are some kind of tweaking has been done. So that policy learning is very immensely useful for us, and maybe hydrogen. As far as the OEM goes, we believe that our Indian vehicles are very distinct and different from the global vehicles because of the point of consideration of we have affordability issues. Frugal engineering is required to be done. So therefore, it's very essential that we do actually give enough opportunity for proving the concepts, ideas. So when it comes to, for example, energy storage devices, how it will work in Indian context, if you have to talk about the fuel cell, then how the fuel cell situations would be, how the current capabilities would be in case of flooding, how it will behave in temperature conditions. So those things needs to be proven very well. And having proven on the proto vehicles and demonstration vehicles in few cities or few use cases, we also need to have how do we augment its capabilities, and also how can we gather the economy of scale. So towards that, we believe that government is seized of the need and they are trying to support. And OEMs are also very clear that blue or whether it's green hydrogen experience, whatever we gather today will not go waste. So therefore, considering Indian situation, we believe that hydrogen is a very potent fuel, and we must not lose the opportunity of putting enough resource so that hydrogen economy and hydrogen usage in transportation can be increased dramatically. As far as the hydrogen regulations goes, most of the regulations for the usage in transport sector are in place, and vehicles are getting certified by ARAI. So we have no issues. We have international certified vehicles also. So that's not a kind of challenge at this point in time. What is important is perhaps compared to the kind of investment electric vehicle or electrification related push we are having, hydrogen equally need attention. Government is trying to do, they've created some subgroups, MNREs, and each subgroup is working and taking note of what is required to be done. But I believe that compared to electric vehicle push, hydrogen deserve to get much better treatment. So with this, I would stop here. Thank you so much.